Okay, welcome. Thank you for joining me. We are going to start in child's pose. So right away, bring the big toes to touch. Knees are just as wide as they need to be here. And then let the hips drop back toward the heels. Let your third eye, the center of your forehead, drop onto the mat. And just start to connect with your breath. Allow yourself to feel really grounded here. Whatever has happened before you stepped onto your mat, see if you can simply let that go. Whatever you need to do when you step off your mat, set that aside. So in yoga, there are niyamas, which are known as restraints, and they are ethical codes for how we treat ourselves so that we can then step out into the world and be our best selves. And in her book, Skill in Action, Michelle Cassandra Johnson gives a really beautiful definition of santosha, which is one of the niyamas. Santosha is contentment, and contentment with things exactly as they are. So not when X, Y, and Z happens, I'll be content and happy, but contentment right here, right now. She writes, Santosha is the practice of acceptance. When one is clear about the truth of the moment, they can ask themselves what is within their power to make necessary changes for the greater good. So as you move through your practice, keeping that in mind, seeing if you can cultivate santosha, acceptance for things exactly as they are in this moment, contentment in this moment with yourself, your practice exactly as is. Let's take one more really deep breath in here in child's pose. And let all the breath go. Coming on to hands and knees, stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over the knees. Inhaling for cow, tuck the toes under, lift the gaze, tip the tailbone up. Exhaling for cat, untuck the toes, rounding chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhaling for cow, tuck all 10 toes under, open wide across the collarbones. Exhaling for cat, untuck the toes, drawing the navel toward the spine, dropping chin to chest. One more. Inhaling for cow, try to get all 10 toes tucked under. Exhaling for cat, really press the ground away with the hands as you round, round, round. Coming to a neutral spine. Walk the hands forward, one big palm print each. Tuck your toes under, coming into your first downward dog, that inverted V shape. And just start to pedal through the feet here, sending one heel closer to the ground and then the other. Maybe shake the head out a little bit if that feels good for you. And then continuing with this pedaling of the feet, turn this into actually starting to baby step the feet forward. So walking toward the top edge of the mat, taking 4 or 5 little steps. When you're at the top of the mat, soften the knees, let the weight rock forward in the feet. Think of resting the abdomen on the thighs, and then catch opposite elbows here. You might find that the stillness feels like a nice release on the back body. You might want to sway the torso side to side, just like an elephant trunk. See what feels good for you. And then switch elbows on top so you're holding the non-habitual way. And again, maybe you sway a little bit, maybe you shake the head out, maybe stillness is exactly what you need in this moment. And then release the elbows, keep the knees bent and the head heavy. Slowly start to roll up one vertebra at a time. Your head is the very last thing to arrive. When you've arrived, no rush. You'll shrug the shoulders up and back a few times. And just let yourself find stillness, standing tall in Tadasana, mountain pose. Feet are hip width apart, toes are spreading nice and wide. Palms spiral forward, fingertips drop down. Take a deep breath in here, fully grounded in this moment, right here, right now. Let all the breath go. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Catch your left wrist with the right hand, reach up and over to the right side. Come back up through center, switch, catch your right wrist, reach up and over to the left side. Come back up through center, reach both arms up, high prayer. Draw your prayer through the midline, fold forward over the legs. Again, let the weight rock forward in the feet. Inhaling to your flat back, lengthen the tailbone back, reach the crown of the head forward. Step your left foot back to a low lunge. Take a deep breath in here. The right knee is directly over the right ankle. And then lower that left knee down. Untuck the toes. Climb the hands up to the top of your right thigh. Shift the hips forward and down. Press into the hands to lift up out of the waist. Lift the heart. Lift the gaze. Reach the arms up to frame your face. Circle the arms all the way back behind you, down and then up to frame your face. Circle the arms back behind you, interlace the hands, draw the knuckles down the back of that left thigh, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Feel the right hip plug in and back. Release the hands, reach the fingertips behind you, up to frame your face and then down to the mat. Tuck the left toes under, lift that left knee and thigh. Take a deep breath in here. Feet stay exactly where they are. Just straighten that right leg, folding forward. Here as well, feel that right hip pull back and in to help you square the hips off, soften through the shoulders. One more breath here, fully present with yourself, exactly as is. Yes, Santosha. Rebend your right knee over the right ankle. Left foot meets the right at the top of the mat, folding over the legs in Uttanasana. Sweep the arms out and up, high prayer as you reach up, look up. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Sweep the arms out and up. Catch your right wrist with the left hand. Reach up and over to the left side. Maybe give a gentle tug to deepen the stretch. Come back up through center, switch, catch your left wrist, reach up and over to the right. Feel that left shoulder spiral open so that the shoulders and hips stay square to the front of the mat. Come back up through center, reach up, look up, high prayer. Draw your prayer through the midline, fold forward over the legs, let the breath go, let the head go, let any thoughts go. Inhaling to your flat back, try to get your chest parallel to the ground. Step your right foot back to your low lunge. Lower that right knee down, untuck the toes, climb the hands up to the top of your left thigh. Let the hips shift forward and down. This is the one time that that front knee can safely go a little bit past the front ankle. Press into the hands, lift up out of the waist, reach the arms up to frame your face. Circle the arms back behind you, down, and then up to frame your face. Circle the arms behind you, interlace the fingers with the non-habitual thumb on top, so the way that feels a little funky. Roll the shoulders open, try to get the heels of your hands to touch as if you were holding your own hand. As you release the interlacing of the hands, reach the arms back behind you, up to frame your face, and then down to the mat. Tuck those right toes under, lift the right knee and thigh. Take a deep breath in. See if you can get longer through the back body. As you exhale, straighten that left leg as much as you can. Relax the shoulders. Spiral the low abdomen over the top of your left eye ever so slightly to help you square those hips off. Keep weight in the left big toe and pinky toe. Rebend your left knee over the left ankle. Right foot meets the left at the top of the mat, folding over the legs in Uttanasana. Sweep the arms out and up, high prayer as you reach up, look up. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Circle the hands behind your back, just like we were doing. Draw those knuckles down, and then drop your chin to your chest. Circle the right ear to the right shoulder. Just Pause here, breathing into the left side of the neck and the top of that left shoulder. Bring your chin back to your chest, circle the left ear to the left shoulder. Make sure you're still lengthened through the back body. Bring your chin to your chest as you inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Draw your prayer through the midline, fold forward over the legs. Inhaling to your flat back, tailbone reaches back, crown of the head reaches forward, right foot steps back to your low lunge. Take a deep breath in, left knee is directly over the left ankle. Downward dog as you exhale, backs of the thighs press toward the back edge of your mat. Inhale forward to plank pose. Lower the knees, the chest, and the chin. Baby cobra, scoop the heart forward and up as you point the toes back and down. Downward dog as you exhale, gazing right between your big toes. Take a deep breath in and let all the breath go. Inhaling the right leg up, three-legged dog. Open the hip, bend the knee, try to kick your left seat with that right heel. Lengthen the leg long, square the hips. Step the foot between your thumbs. Take a deep breath in here. Get nice and long through the spine. Left foot meets the right at the top of the mat, releasing over the legs in Uttanasana. Sweep the arms out and up. High prayer. Reach up, look up. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Draw your prayer through the midline. Fold forward over the legs. Let the weight rock forward in the feet. Inhaling to your flat back, lift your upper back toward the ceiling just a little bit more. Left foot steps back to your low lunge. Take a deep breath in here. Reach that left heel back, crown of the head lengthens forward. Downward dog as you exhale. Shift a little more weight into the legs, out of the shoulders and wrists. Inhaling forward to plank pose. Lowering the knees, the chest, and the chin. Baby cobra, scoop the heart forward and up. Keep hugging those elbows in. Downward dog as you exhale. Press into the thumbs and the forefingers a little bit more. Take a deep breath in. And let all the breath go. Reach your left leg up, three-legged dog. Open the hip, bend the knee. Pull up through the front of your right thigh. Strong base. Lengthen the left leg long. Square those hips. Step the foot between the thumbs. Physically scoop it up by holding under the knee, or take a second or third step if you need to. Deep breath in, get longer through the spine. Right foot meets the left as you exhale. Release over the legs. Sweep the arms out and up. High prayer. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up as you reach up, look up. Draw your prayer through the midline, fold forward over the legs. Inhaling to your flat back, right foot steps back to your low lunge, left foot meets it in plank pose, top of a push-up. Pause here, gazing just past the top edge of the mat. Take one more breath in. See if you can lower straight down to the mat, one solid piece. If you need to lower the knees, you lower the knees. It's no big deal. Baby cobra, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Lower the forehead down to the mat, tuck the toes under, press up to plank, strong and steady. Downward dog as you exhale. Full breath here, present in this moment, accepting of this moment as it is, cultivating Santosha. Reach that right leg up, three-legged dog. Open the hip, bend the knee. Lengthen the leg long, square the hips, step the foot between your thumbs. Rise up to a high lunge. Stack the shoulders right over the hips. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, rebend the knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to bend. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to bend. Pause here as you breathe in. Lift up out of the waist. Lift the heart. Lift the chin. Lift the gaze. Open to warrior two. Spin the left heel down. Reach long through the arms. 3 flying warriors. Inhale, straighten the right leg, flex the foot, reach up, look up. Warrior 2, press all 5 of those right toes down, look over the right fingertips. Inhale, straighten the right leg, reach up, look up. Exhale, back to warrior 2. One last time. Inhale, straighten the right leg, reach up, look up. Exhale, back to warrior 2. Flip your right palm, reverse triangle. Straighten your right leg, reach all the way up and back. Cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Walk your hands to the left as you straighten that right leg again, coming into a wide straddle, Prasarita Padottanasana. Toes are turning in just a touch more than the heels. Let the hands come back so fingertips and toes are in the same line. Weight rocks forward in the feet. Walk your hands to the left, frame your left foot in your low lunge. Step to plank pose. Lower straight down to the mat, one solid piece. Baby cobra as you inhale. Lower the forehead down to the mat, tuck the toes under, press up to plank. Whatever happens, happens. It's all okay. Downward dog as you exhale. Deep breath in. And let all the breath go. Inhaling your left leg up, 3-legged dog. Step the foot between your thumbs. Rise up to your high lunge. Feel those inner thighs hug in toward your midline for stability. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, rebend the knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to bend. Wobbles and bobbles are okay. Inhale, straighten that left leg. Exhale, rebend the knee. Pause here as you breathe in. Lift up out of the waist. Lift the chin. Make sure you're not looking at the ground. Open to warrior 2. Adjust your stance if you need to. Front heel is in the same line as the arch of your back foot. 3 flying warriors. Straighten the left leg. Flex the foot. Reach up. Look up. Back to warrior 2. Press that left foot down, reach long under the arms. Inhale, straighten the left leg, flex the foot, press the palms together, feel the inner thighs hug in toward the midline. Back to warrior 2. Last time, straighten that left leg, lift up out of the waist, but don't hike the shoulders up to the ears. Back to your warrior 2. Flip your left palm, reverse triangle. Straighten your left leg. Reach all the way up and back. Feel that long stretch through the left side. Cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Rebend that left knee for a moment. Walk your hands to the right, straightening both legs. Turning the toes in just a touch more than the heels. Fingertips walk back to be in alignment with the toes. Press into the outer edges of your feet. Pull up through the thighs. Let the weight rock forward. Really let the head go for a moment. Walk your hands to the right. Come back to the top edge of your mat in that low lunge. Step to plank pose. Slowly lower straight down to the mat. Elbows glide alongside the rib cage. Baby cobra. Press into the tops of the feet. Keep hugging the elbows in. Lower the forehead down to the mat. Tuck the toes under. Press up to plank. Downward dog as you exhale. Take a slow, deep breath in. And let all the breath go. Deep, deep breath in. And let all the breath go. One more breath here, fully grounded on your own 2 hands and your own 2 feet. Walk your feet up to the top edge of the mat, taking 4 or 5 little baby steps. There's absolutely no rush here. Can you savor each moment, savor the journey? Letting the weight rock forward, let the head drop heavy, feel the sit bones lightly tip up toward the ceiling. Sweep the arms out and up, high prayer, reach up, look up. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Sitting into chair pose, Utkatasana. Imagine there's a chair for a 5-year-old behind you. Really sit those hips back and down. Engage through the low abdominal muscles so that your low back stays supported. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. Fold over the legs, let it all go. Inhaling to your flat back. Left foot steps back to your low lunge. Right foot meets it in plank pose. Pause here in plank. Watch the thoughts, watch the reaction if this starts to get really challenging or really uncomfortable. Can you stay present with whatever the reality is for you? Santosha, contentment with things exactly as they are. Take one more breath in, you've got this. Slowly lower straight down to the mat. You are stronger than you believe yourself to be. Yes, we all are. Baby cobra, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Hover the palms off the mat. Circle the hands behind your back, interlace the fingers. Reach your knuckles back, lift your thumbs away from your seat. If you would like to lift your legs, go for it. You can also keep the feet grounded. As you scoop the chest forward and up, have a slight tuck with your chin so the back of the neck stays nice and lengthened. One more breath in, lift everything a little bit higher, and release down to the mat. Bring the hands right under your shoulders, tuck the toes under, press up to plank, strong and steady. Lower the knees, the chest, and the chin. Baby cobra, lift the heart and the gaze. Downward dog as you exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale the right leg up, three-legged dog. Step the foot between your thumbs. Rise up to your high lunge. Right away, open to warrior two. Anchor that back heel down. One flying warrior. Straighten the right leg. Flex the foot. Reach up. Look up. Back to warrior two. Reverse triangle. Flip your right palm. Straighten that right leg. Reach all the way up and back. Side angle. Bend your right knee. Bring the right forearm to the right thigh. Reach that left arm overhead. Soften the left shoulder away from the ear. Press into the right forearm to lift up out of the waist a little bit more. Circle that left hand down. Walk your hands to the left, straighten the right leg. Toes turn in, heels wing out. Find your wide straddle for a moment. Walk the hands to the left, spin to the ball of your right foot, step to plank pose. Lower straight down to the mat, one solid piece. Baby cobra, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Lower the forehead down to the mat, tuck the toes under, press up to plank. Lower the knees, the chest, and the chin. Baby cobra, baby bhujangasana. Downward dog as you exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale your left leg up, three-legged dog. Step the foot between your thumbs. Rise up to your high lunge. Shoulders stack right over the hips. Warrior two. Spin the back heel down. Tailbone drops down. Crown of the head lifts. One flying warrior, straighten the left leg, flex the foot, reach up, look up. Back to warrior two. Flip your left palm, reverse triangle, straighten your left leg, reach all the way up and back. Side angle, rebend your left knee as you bring your left forearm to the left thigh. Don't collapse in the left side waist, really lift up out of the waist. Press into the outer edge of the right foot, reach longer through that right arm. Try to wrap the left side of your chest up toward that right palm. Circle the right hand down, walk your hands to the right, straighten the left leg, finding that wide straddle, toes turn in, heels wing out. Crown of the head drops, sit bones lightly tip up toward the ceiling. Walk your hands to the right, come back to your low lunge at the top of the mat, step the right foot back to plank pose, lower straight down to the mat, one solid piece. Baby cobra, scoop the heart forward and up, lower the forehead down to the mat, tuck the toes under, press up to plank, lower the knees, the chest, and the chin. Baby cobra, lift the heart, lift the gaze, hover the palms off the mat again. Circle the hands behind your back, interlace the fingers, reach your knuckles behind you, lift your thumbs away from your seat, and this time if you didn't, see if you can lift the legs. That's too much for the back, you keep the feet grounded, it's perfectly okay. Take one more breath in here, see if you can lift everything just a little bit higher, and release down to the mat, hands by your sides, rest the right cheek down. Big toes touch, heels wing open if it feels good to sway the hips, sway the hips. And then rest the opposite cheek down, just a little passive neck stretch here. Bring the forehead down to the mat, bring the hands under the shoulders, child's pose, hips to the heels, right back where we started from. Just checking in here, right? Does this pose feel any different now that you're at the end of your practice? Is the mind feeling any different? Has there been a shift perhaps in any emotions? Take one more breath here. Slowly roll up to sit on the shins. Let the hips fall to one side. Bring the legs out in front of you. And then bring the soles of your feet together. Let the knees fall open. The heels are pretty far in front of you. It's a nice wide diamond shape. Round forward, bringing your forehead toward the tops of the feet. Let the low back round and release. Let the hips just melt open here. Connect with the breath. Allow the awareness and the attention to rest on the breath. The thoughts will come and go. Try not to get too attached to them, too wrapped up in them. Slowly roll up to sit. Draw the knees together. Make sure you have space behind you, holding on to the backs of the thighs. Slowly lower down. Feet stay grounded, knees stay bent. When you're all the way on your back, hug your knees into your chest. It might feel nice to rock a little bit. And take a really deep breath in. As you exhale, round your forehead up toward the knees. Make the tightest, smallest ball that you can here. As you exhale, extend the legs long on the mat. Reach the arms long overhead, stretching from the fingertips all the way through the toes. And then let the feet flop open. Let the hands come by your sides, palms face up. The eyes float closed, settling into Shavasana, your final resting pose. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Dropping into stillness physically and mentally. Allowing the efforts of your practice to soak in. Remembering that no effort, no matter how small or how large, is ever wasted. Santosha, contentment. Santosha is the practice of acceptance. When one is clear about the truth of the moment, they can ask themselves what is within their power to make necessary changes for the greater good. Let your next breath be a little bit deeper. Bring some gentle movements into the fingers and toes. Gently nod the head side to side. Bend the knees one at a time, sliding the feet onto the mat. Reach your arms long overhead, stretching through your torso. Gently roll to the right side into fetal position. Pressing into your top hands, come up to a comfortable cross-legged seat. Let yourself find stillness with the eyes closed when you've arrived. Joining the palms in prayer at the heart center. Lightly lift the heart up toward the thumbs. Sealing practice with one Om. The best within me bows to the best within you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.